Om Namo Narayana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be talking about Vedic astrology and this upcoming lunar eclipse. My name is Aurélie. Settle into this space. I'm going to keep it short and simple so everyone can follow along. Let's get started. On the night of Thursday, the 13th of March until the 14th of March, we're going to have total lunar eclipse that's going to be visible in most of North America, South America, parts of Europe. We're not going to see the whole thing in Europe, but some of it, that's going to be in that night. There's a link below that's going to take you to timeanddate.com, which is a wonderful free website, and you can type in your location and it's going to show you when the eclipse is happening, when it's visible, if it's visible, the maximum, and all of the details of that. So check that out. Now, this eclipse is happening right on the edge. The nodes are about to change sign in sidereal zodiac very soon in May. And this eclipse is happening right in between signs as the nodes are retrograding. So it's between Leo and Virgo. Now, lunar eclipse, especially any eclipses, but lunar eclipses have this energy of agitation. This one especially, I've talked about this, but it's a little bit of a culmination of planets that are changing signs. There's a few retrogrades that are happening at the same time. And these things are always going on. The planets are always moving and changing and retrograding. But what's special about this moment in time, the next 5-6 weeks, is the fact that it's kind of all happening in a condensed time window. That's why it's extra intense. So all that means it's a little bit of a feeling of a culminating of this intensity of this moment in time, and then it's like a mountaintop. Yeah, we're like very close to the edge, the height of it, and then it's gonna settle down some more. The moon, especially in Vedic astrology, has a lot to do about the collective moon, the collective mood, and the mind, and feelings and emotions. So especially for people that are extra sensitive, extra into their heart, you may feel just new awareness coming in. Maybe there's been issues in your relationship and you're coming into clarity, you're having more ease expressing and understanding kind of what's in your heart, wanting things to move a little bit more and expressing. It could be more of the negative things. It could be more expressing a difficult part, the things that make you unhappy. Eclipses have a strong transformative energy, and transformation can be uncomfortable because we become aware of things that we didn't maybe want to see before. And there is a big momentum towards letting go because Saturn's going to be moving into a new sign, which is a big chapter since Saturn is the slowest moving planet in the zodiac. And whenever it changes sign, it's like a whole new chapter. Things that have been locked before are unlocked, and things that have been unlocked are becoming locked. So everyone's kind of shifting into new chapters. But that also means that it could be a moment of endings. Now we have this Venus retrograde, and soon we'll have a Mercury retrograde. Just be around relationship, just be as gentle as you can be within reality of being clear. And by that I mean within a reality of what is, accepting what is. Now, if there has been any emotional intensity for you, extra crying, extra sensitivity, I highly recommend, there's a beautiful Indian herb that you can find, mostly at the Whole Foods or at most of the big kind of organic stores out there. It's called Tulsi tea. Tulsi, Tulsi tea. That's very soothing. It doesn't have caffeine, obviously, check for your own, wellness that you can drink it, but it's a pretty okay for everyone, and it's in a tea form. So I highly recommend you try that. It's very soothing, especially for the emotional part of yourselves. So be patient. Go into this window of intensity, of endings, of letting go, of things changing, of your own inner longing, maybe shifting over, sometimes we're okay with things for a while and then we realize that we've outgrown some situations and we need to shift away from things. So just really become aware and open that this is the moment in time where these things are going to be very strong, and try to be gentle with yourself. Do what you need. I'm talking about this tea that's kind of helping, but whatever you need to get extra support. Maybe it's calling your friend extra, making sure there's a little sweet tea date with a girlfriend you're very comfortable with, that you can talk to. Maybe you like to go to the special Pilates class. Whatever it is that supports you in your wellness to walk through this window, to walk through this time period of transformation, change, letting go, sorrow, death, and rebirth. Make sure that you're using those tools. Okay, this is your sign to make those calls, to make those appointments, to do that reflexology, to do the needles, whatever is needed for that flow to remain with you. Because what we want is to go through these eclipses with a flowiness. Yeah, we want things to, even the bad things, even the hard things, even the heavy emotions, we want them to flow through us, to experience them, to flow through us, to express ourselves, to release, and to move on the other sides, that we didn't end up we come out like little old lady all stuck in cricket. Yeah, things need to move through. So just really be mindful of that. Now, this eclipse is a spiritual one. This isn't a moment in time. If you're in your younger years, this isn't a moment in time to be out in bars, flirting with people. This is, especially on the night of Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this period is eclipse time. It's a little funny energy. So, especially for young women, this is a time where just, if you're not at all into meditation, spirituality, it's fine. But and maybe for your teenagers, they can go to a movie, but this isn't a time where we want to be around kind of drinking atmospheres and things like that. Just be aware of that. Now, if you are into sadhana and meditation and have a mantra, please practice it during the eclipse window. It's a very powerful moment to do that. It's also very intense. And before you do your spiritual practice, take it very seriously. Take a bath, sit for it, do your recitation of a mantra that you've learned properly, not just a random thing you think is good. Just be aware of that, because it's very intense. Eclipses are no joke. So if you're gonna sit for that sadhana, make sure you take a shower. And before you start your practice, you can call on Narasimha. Narasimha, look up on YouTube, Narasimha, a protection mantra. So that's the energy you want around you during eclipses, during a meditation in the eclipse, to give you protection. Yeah, you want that energy to be with you so that you're protected and you're not kind of catching on. Eclipses are kind of funny thing if you think about it. The energy, it's like of the moon. The moon is the major planet that's like so important in our life. And it's going into shadows. It's being shadowed. It's going into darkness. Yeah, so that's a little bit, interesting energy. It can be a little bit, we have to be mindful around these energies if we're sitting to do spiritual practice, and so that we're keeping ourselves protected from some of the more darkness of the window. Now, in Vedic tradition, be aware that it's very not recommended to go out and look at the eclipse, because like I said, we don't really want to take inside of us that eclipse energy. Yeah. That's when the moon is going into shadows. So do we want things in our life to go into shadows? No, we want things to be of light, to be clear. We want there to be truth, openness, things like that. So it's not recommended to go out and be under the light of the eclipse, especially if you're pregnant. Just be aware of that. And as well, this isn't a moment, cooking. We say that cooking during the eclipse also catches some of those like shadowy energy. So it's not recommended at all to be doing a 5 a.m., a 6 a.m. It's in the middle of the night here in Europe, but maybe for you where you are, just be aware it's not a time to be cooking and then ingesting that food. All right. I'm gonna do another, there's so much going on with the planets. a lot of retrogrades. Just be gentle with yourself and be gentle with other people. Just know that everyone's kind of going through something on some level, and it's a little bit of an intense and sensitive moment in time. It won't be always like that, but try to be compassionate, drive mindfully. During the eclipse window, this is a time where you want to keep things simple and enjoy your day-to-day life, and there's no reason to be extra dramatic, but also it's not a great time to start new things. So just be aware of that. If you do have to travel, you can use again that Narasimha, a protection mantra, to make sure that that's with you, that strength is with you. And I'll come back to do a little bit of an update on some of the planetary transits. And the next big one, obviously, we'll talk about the major solar eclipse, because eclipses follow each other. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll have a big solar eclipse, and that's going to be right when Saturn is going to be moving signs. So a big ending, I know chapters are big, new chapters are ending so that new things can come on the horizon. So tune into this vibration. I'm sending you much love, and we'll talk again soon. If you like this forecast, make sure you give it a like and a follow. If you want to come along, I have a beautiful email subscription that I send out. I love writing my email subscribers, and it's a really gentle, soft space. I try to keep it like that. So join in the community, joining the subscribers email. And I'm not going to be reading. I'm going to be off and traveling. So our next eclipse video might be in a very low bit of my phone. So forgive me, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm still here, and this page is very much active, and I'm thinking of you all. And I'll be back reading after the eclipse window. So I'll be back at my desk in April. All right. Pranam, Mami.